we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome everybody to our Grad Path, our Southern Utah University Grad Path webinar tonight. This will be recorded and sent out to all the participants, so they will be able to see it later. My name is Tad Brinkerhoff. I'm the Associate Vice President for Grad and Online Programs. I'm a proud SUU alum, so it's exciting to see those of you who are here to learn more about how you can also either continue your SUU studies or become an alum as well. I think one of the major points you're going to hear tonight about Grad Path, it's a way for you to save time and money and launch your career and with less debt and better prepared for the job market. So we're really excited to welcome some people here who will be here to answer questions and explain their experience with Grad Path. Let me go over the agenda for tonight. We're really fortunate to have Dr. Paige Gardner, who's a professor of marketing, here with us. She's going to talk about the value of the Grad Path program and how it fits within her discipline in the business school. And we also have Dr. David Hatch as well, who's a professor in the interdisciplinary studies field. So we're going to have Dr. Gardner speak first for a few minutes, and then Dr. Hatch about the value of Grad Path and how it can work in their particular field. And then we've got Stephanie Jacobson from the Grad and Online office. She'll go over some of the details of how it works. There are two options for current students who want to start their graduate studies a little bit early in their senior year. That's an option. Or for those students who are graduating either this semester or next semester, how they can come right into a master's program. And then we have a current Grad Path student, Amanda Lee, who's going to talk about her experience and how it made things seamless for her. She's getting ready to graduate with her MBA. So we'll have Amanda share her experience, and then we'll follow up with some Q&A at the end. So with that, Brenda, is there anything else we need to announce? Brenda's facilitating our logistics.
Just for those who stay to the end, we've got a fun challenge and giveaway that we'll be
Yeah,
doing.
that's great. Yeah, you can get a free t-shirt. All right, Dr. Page, Dr. Gardner, can we turn it over to you for a few minutes, and then we'll go to David after that, Dr. Hatch after that.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Paige Gardner. I'm the director of the SUU MBA program. And the three reasons that you should do Grad Path are: first, it's affordable, it's going to save you money. The second reason that you should do it is that it's an opportunity for you to try a graduate program and see if you like it, see if it's the right fit for you. And the third reason that you should do it is that it speeds up your ability to complete your program. You can do it faster. So if you are thinking about the MBA, let me tell you quickly what you might do. You would sign up for Grad Path, and we have a core group of classes that you would take. And normally students Grad Path these three classes. The first one is BA 6000. If you're not a business major, this would be the class you would Grad Path. It gets your feet wet in the business world and it exposes you to different aspects. If you are a business major, you can skip BA 6000, and the next class you would take is Management 6100, which is a basic management class. It's managing teams and organizations. And then if you have a opportunity to take the third one, most students take Management 6150, which is a leadership course. So those are the three classes that you might take. They fit in really well with your schedule because we offer them both face-to-face and online. The majority of students take them online, so it's very flexible. And also, we have great professors in those classes. So it gives you an opportunity to really get your feet wet, see if you want to do business and move forward. So those are the main reasons that I encourage students to do Grad Path. If you're not familiar with the MBA, you can complete an MBA in as little as 14 months. Or if you're working and you have a lot of other things going on, most students take about 2 years. But if you are in a hurry and you want to get done, Grad Path will absolutely make that a much faster path. So I'm really excited about this and grateful for the opportunity to speak to you. And if you have other questions, I'd be happy to watch the chat and answer them there. So that's a little bit about how Grad Path works in the MBA, and I'll let David Hatch, I think you're up next, talk about your grad program.
Thanks, Paige. Let me just underscore those important reasons that Dr. Gardner has given us there, especially the idea of making the transition into graduate school. I remember when I went, I felt intimidated by the other graduate students, and I'm like, I'm not even sure if I should be here. But it turned out there was kind of a lot of posturing, and after about 6 weeks, I was like, no, I'm in the right place. I can handle this. But it's a good idea to get I like Paige's idea about getting your feet wet. But there's also an economic benefit, as they're cheaper. The um, the degree that we offer is a degree for students who are looking for skill sets. And so there's 22 different concentrations, and in an interdisciplinary degree, you combine a couple of those together. So ours is 100% online asynchronous, and one of the nice things about that, and several of the other graduate degrees, is you can take it with you. So let's say, for example, that you are a face-to-face student, and then you move to Indiana to take a job. You can continue to work on this master's degree from that remote location. The nice thing that our degree offers is sometimes students start a job and then they realize, for example, that they are being put into a leadership role or they're being expected to do unexpected uh, responsibilities. Maybe you're being asked to do something in the social media, or you find yourself teaching, or you find yourself somebody needs to do fundraising or write grants. And so the different concentrations that we offer, a lot of teachers and nurses, we've even had dentists and things come back. One guy came and said, I'm great at being a dentist, but I only had one class on how to run a business, and so I need some skills on that. So he combined some of the business courses that Paige is talking about with social media, public marketing, and ended up creating a really good capstone experience where he did some pro bono work and was able to advertise that as part of his business and got a lot of traction from that. People in the community were really happy that he was helping people at the prison get some dental work for free, and they thought, "Hey, this is a great guy. We want to support his work." Turns out he's a great dentist too, so let's support that. So it's a tailor-made degree. There are three courses where we talk about the how interdisciplinarity works, that we solve wicked problems, things that aren't addressed well by one discipline. And then students do a capstone at the end where they demonstrate that they've been able to solve problems and combine a couple of disciplines to do that. So I invite you to look at those links that I put in there to see if there are various skill sets that you think, I'm going into nursing, but I really would like to move into a leadership role. Or as a teacher, especially in Utah, you get a pay bump if you get a master's degree. And so doing our online teaching or our social media or our nonprofit management in combination would really help a student move up or out in their career. And that's what ours is a lot about, is skill sets and lane changes. Graduate school is just great, though. It enhances your options. And I think Dr. Gardner would agree with me that if you have some more education, it just positions you to be more flexible in your career, to have greater opportunities. So I'm happy to entertain questions, and I'll put my email in the chat if anybody has more specific questions. But I think Grad Path is a great opportunity, and you should definitely take advantage of it. Thanks.
Perfect. Thanks, Dr. Hatch. Yeah, we'll have an opportunity for Q&A at the end. You can put them in the chat, or you can save them for the end, and anybody on the panel can answer those. Okay, we're going to move to Stephanie Jacobson from the Grad and Online team to talk about some of the details about starting your graduate degree as a senior or moving straight in after you graduate with your bachelor's, and where the cost savings and time savings might be. So we'll turn the time next to Stephanie.
Hi, everybody. You have heard many times how this will save you time and money, and I will show you how. So I'm going to share my screen. You guys can see my mouse moving right here, right? Sharing the right screen. Okay, so we've had Grad Path program for a good year now, but we are now expanding Grad Path. We have two different pathways that students can take to get into a graduate degree and to earn money. So that is what Grad Path is. It is designed for seniors and those who are recently graduating with their bachelor's degree. But if you are a junior, stick around. You need to learn how this program can help you maximize your savings and save room in your schedule for next year. And seniors as well, save room for spring registration and have room in your classes for the Grad Path Courses program. So the two pathways, we have Grad Path Courses, which was known prior as just Grad Path. It's now called Grad Path Courses, and we have Grad Path Direct Admit. So Grad Path Courses is for university seniors who want to kind of test drive a grad program or get ahead with their degree. And this is where you can take about 2 classes in a participating grad program while you're a senior. Now, to do that, you have to have a 3.0 GPA to start and be a senior to start these 2 courses. And this will help you save money because, and I'll get more into the tuition later, but if you are a undergrad student and you take 10, 12 classes, your tuition is going to be capped at that amount. Anything over that amount of credits is basically free game. It's the same amount of tuition dollars, but you can take more classes. So that's one way you're going to save money with this. So here are I will, or maybe someone else can share this grad site, or I will in a little bit in the chat. But these are the participating graduate programs within Grad Path Courses. And when you open one, it will take you to an apply now. And this is really applying to take a course as a senior. And you're basically picking the course that you can take for the registration cycle that's currently open. So right now it's spring. And then the graduate advisors, in this case, would be Miranda and Lauren for accountancy. They will register you for these classes. So you can come in and learn about the program, and it'll list available courses you can take in the Grad Path Courses program while you are a senior. And every one of these buttons have the same thing with the program advisor, the credits you can take within program, Grad Path Courses, a little overview of the program and courses available within that program. So that is courses. And remember how to save money with this is when you cap your credits, your undergrad credits out at, I believe it's 10 credits, the tuition from 10 on up is the same cost. So if you take these classes on top of the 10 credits or 12 credits, there's no cost for these, right? Because you're paying it with your undergrad tuition. The next path we have is Grad Path Direct Admit. And this is for newly graduated SUU seniors who are getting their bachelor's degree. So this is getting a simplified application process. You basically opt into a grad program. So if you come down here a little more, we have that in order to become a direct admit person, you have to have a 2.5 and above GPA. And that is because that is the lowest GPA you can have in order to get into a grad program. So these programs here are the ones that participate in Grad Direct. So then again, you'll click on a program and you will see the GPA for that program, the program requirements for that program. Some programs may have more requirements, such as accountancy. You'll have your GPA to get in, but then in this one, you really need an undergrad degree in accounting, right? And sports conditioning is going to have one too. You have your minimum GPA, but you need to have a major or minor in physical education sciences or sports medicine. So some programs have additional requirements. You'll want to check each one or whichever one you're interested in to make sure that you do qualify for that program. And then you would apply here. It takes them to our new direct admit or direct application. It's a simplified application process for the program. So that's how you get into Grad Path Direct. Now you can do Grad Path Courses and Grad Path Direct, or you can do one or the other. It's up to you. It's your choice to choose your path. When you choose Grad Path Direct Admit, we have a Grad Path Scholarship new this year. We're so excited. This scholarship is for qualifying graduate programs, which are listed up here. And these funds are for your graduate program once you start that after you graduate with your bachelor's degree. There's no application for this. You are automatically considered for the scholarship when you apply to the program. So students with a GPA of 3.49 or below will be considered to receive $1,000 for one semester, your first semester. Students with a 3.5 or higher GPA will be considered for $2,000. So that's $1,000 per semester for your first 2 semesters. And to get this, you need to start one of these graduate programs within 2 semesters of completing your bachelor's degree. So that's basically the only catch there is you have to start within 2 semesters of graduating. So that is how you can benefit from partaking in both paths. I do want to say that Speedway students in the undergrad Speedway program cannot participate in Grad Path courses because of the cost of the degree and the tuition, but you can participate in Grad Path Direct Admit, and you are qualified for the graduate scholarship, the Grad Path Scholarship. And then I have a little spreadsheet here to show you the savings you can get per program. I hope this is, oh good, it's showing all the programs. So here's all the programs and your program cost for normal. And so you know, SUU has the best program cost in the whole state for these degrees. But if you participate in Grad Path courses, you will save this amount of money for your program. And if you get the full benefit of the scholarship, which is $2,000, your new program cost is now in this column, and your savings is thousands. So juniors need to prepare now for senior year to keep room in their schedule for the 2 classes. Seniors right now need to sign up for Grad Path for the spring semester. And if you are graduating right now as a senior in December, sign up through this direct admit way so that you can get the scholarship. And thank you for listening. Does anybody have any questions?
Okay. Thanks, Stephanie. Again, you can put the questions in the chat, or if you can think of them later, we'll do them after we hear from Amanda. As you can see, the numbers are all there. The savings can be immense, so it's a great opportunity to get a great education at a very reasonable cost. Especially, seems like a lot of the students these days are trying to minimize loans, and so this is a way to do it in a very cost-effective way. Amanda, can we ask you to kind of share your experience, and then we'll turn it into to see if there are any questions. Do you want to tell us about why you chose the Grad Path and how it's helped you?
Yeah, of course. So, hi guys, my name is Amanda Lee. I've been at SUU since 2021, but before going to college, I always wanted to be an orthodontist or a dentist. And my mom said to me one day, honey, your mouth is not like other people's mouths are not as clean as yours. That's not what you want to do. So she was like, you're really good at leadership, but if you still want to be in healthcare, you should do healthcare administration. So I said, okay, I have no idea how to do it. I'm 18. But I had come to SUU, and Derek, actually, who is one of my colleagues now, was talking in one of my classes. He came in, talked to us about Grad Path, and he was like, it's really awesome. You get the beginning courses of your MBA for undergraduate tuition, and was just kind of talking more and more about it. So I went to my advisor. She added the courses to my degree plan, and I was really excited to start the MBA. I had a few concurrent enrollment classes, and I could have graduated in 3 years from SUU, but I had 4 years of scholarship, and I was a presidential ambassador. So I was like, why wouldn't I just stay, hang out, be college one more year, and start my MBA? So I started my MBA in fall of 2024. I was really nervous about it because it just seems like a master's is a lot bigger than a bachelor's degree. It's kind of when you're going from junior high to high school or even high school to college, you just think it's a super big change. Something that really climatized myself to the program was that a lot of my professors in my undergraduate were professors in my graduate, because in my undergrad, I had done business management and marketing, so I majored in both of those. I was part of the business school. Another nice thing about the MBA program is that if you start in business management or marketing, they waive BA 6000. So I actually started with management 6100, which was the first course. And then in the spring semester, I took management 6150 and marketing 6200. So by the time that I was done with my senior year of college, which I just walked in the spring of 2025, I was done with 12 credits, which was great. I'm so glad that I did the Grad Path opportunity, because I'll be 23 when I graduate with my master's in August, and I've only taken one class at a time since then. So I only have 4 classes left. I just finished one up, 2 classes in the spring, 2 classes in the summer, and I'm already done with my MBA, and I'm 23. I'll be 23. So it's kind of awesome. I really love the experience. The professors make it really easy to get used to the classes and the material. Obviously, at first I was freaking out a little bit, just because I was really worried about case studies and things like that. But the professors are great. They walk you through a ton of it. And they always have office hours where you can talk to them a ton. They have videos where they post lectures just like in your undergrad. But yeah, so I had a really great experience. I've enjoyed it so far. I really liked that I had a full academic scholarship through SUU for full tuition, and typically financial aid won't cover the grad path, but you still get it for undergraduate tuition. But if you have any like academic scholarship or like Stephanie was talking about with the grad path scholarship, it does cover. So I didn't pay anything for the classes that I took in my undergraduate. So yeah, it's been really great.
That's great. Thanks, Amanda. Is
Yeah,
there anything you wish you would have known before you started Grad Path that comes to mind?
I'm trying to think. Um, the one thing I will say is it was a little bit nicer that I had less credits. I think in my senior year, my first semester taking management 6100, I think I only had 12 credits, so I was still full time, but I wasn't the 15 that I normally take. That was really nice, just getting used to the undergraduate with graduate level courses kind of at the same time. Um, Also, in your master's, you still will do group projects. They honestly have not been bad at all. Like I've enjoyed the group projects because it's really nice to talk to other people within the classes and kind of say, how are you doing? Are you doing okay in this class? And they obviously help you, and it does build a lot of connections. I've met a lot of people through the MBA, and I've just been doing it online. I've met a lot of people who live in lot of different areas, who have a lot of different jobs, and that's been nice. I feel like I've built a lot of inner circle connections, and then we've had other classes together and said, hey, I know you, even though it's online. So I feel like the community is still there, which is really great. Yeah, I would say balancing undergraduate classes with master classes at first was an adjustment. I'm not gonna lie, but it was nothing that I definitely think you can do it for sure.
Good, good, good.
Yeah.
How important was it for you to stay in touch with your advisor?
With my SU academic advisor.
Yeah,
Yeah. She helped me, especially when it came to grad path and applying for all of that. Lauren Barker, she was really great. But then now she's built out my degree plan, and I think because it's been kind of a short amount of time, I've just followed the degree plan, and all of the classes are lining up perfectly. So I have kept in touch with her, but she did build out my degree plan great. So I haven't had any issues or anything like that. So it's been
that's
awesome.
great. That's
Yeah.
great. I think that's, when I was a student here many, many years ago, and it's still the same today, the hallmark of an SUU education is the personalized approach. So that's one thing we strive for is you're not a number, you're a person that has needs, and we want to personalize that experience for you. So I think if you're new to SUU, you'll experience that when you come here. If you're still here, we'll continue that legacy. All right, let's see if we have any questions. Anybody want to take themselves off mute and ask questions? I know we've got Raquel in Hawaii. Stephen, I can't remember where Stephen was located. Is he in Texas?
Yes, I'm in Dallas.
Dallas, that's right.
Okay. Um, One of the questions I was going to ask is I'm in the Speedway program. Are we qualified coming from that program?
Speedway participants cannot participate in Grad Path courses to take classes your senior year. So you cannot do that, but you can participate in the Grad Path Direct and the Grad Path Scholarship to come to a graduate program after you graduate within 2 years. You do qualify for that scholarship.
And the second one, the third one was the $1,000. What was the second one?
Grad Path Direct, where you go to that webpage. I shared the link. I hope you can see it in the chat. And you pick Grad Path Direct. There is a list of programs there that participate in Grad Path Direct. So you can learn about each one and which one fits you and apply through there. And it's a simplified application. You're basically opting in to the program. Since you're a student at SUU, we know Um, a lot of the stuff we have to, if you're a resident or not, that type of thing. So we don't ask you that again. And we don't ask for your transcripts because we have it. So it's just a simplified application.
It's
Okay.
also no GMAT, no letters of recommendation from faculty. You're just getting in based on your GPA.
Yes.
Okay. And I recall the student mentioning that she took one class at a time. Is that correct?
Yeah, so with the MBA, they're broken up into 7-week courses. So they're 14 weeks long, but you take a class for 7 weeks, they're accelerated, then you take another class for another 7 weeks. And so I took 6 credits a semester, but just one class at a time every 7 weeks, if that does that kind of make sense?
Yes,
Okay.
it does.
Many programs are like that.
And how many total units do you need for, let's say, the business one?
How many credits?
How many credits in the MBA and the master's part of it? Yes,
Coming from a Speedway program, you'll need 36 credits.
36. Okay. So, last question, do you do that in 2 years?
You
Or,
can do it in 2 years, yes.
okay. Okay.
Stephen, if
Thank
I
you.
can jump in as a director, we have students, and I think the others would agree with me. We have students that, for one reason or another, want to move more quickly. Our degree, by the way, is 33 hours, but and some are 36, 39, whatever. But I don't mind as director if a student wants to take one class per term, and it sounds like that's a slow pace, but for working adults who have a lot of responsibilities, we understand that situation, and we want to meet you where you are. And a lot of people do that pace, and before long you're halfway through, and then soon enough you're graduating. It just kind of adds up.
Perfect. I appreciate that. Yeah, and I am full time and travel. So, okay, perfect.
Nice.
Yeah, I think you'll find across the board that SUU is gonna respect that. The graduate directors understand, for the most part, that working adults have stuff to do. We get it.
Thank you kindly, everybody. And I apologize, Amanda. I saw your name.
Oh no, you're good. I just wanted to say that something that is really nice, I was also worried about that just because I am working full time and then I don't live super close to my family, so I like to go visit them when I have time and things like that. Something that's great is that typically professors will post out the whole 7 weeks or 14 weeks when you start the class. So you can see when things are due. If you want to finish it sooner or can finish it sooner, you can. Or if you want to get ahead on your homework, you totally can. I do that all the time when I go home for a weekend to go see my parents or have things going on at the end of the week. I always just work ahead. The professors also are really great at communicating with you when they're going to have expectations for you. So that's great.
Perfect. I appreciate that. And thank you all.
Okay, any other questions? Stephen, you'll see Amanda DeBlau, who's here. She also works with Paige. So you've got two great contacts there. We're fortunate to have Kit Chatham, who's with our music technology program. He just gave us a thumbs up. He's got an amazing background. He's a program director as well. So a lot of resources. This will be recorded and sent out. So these are people that if you have more questions, you can follow up. We will also have a recruiter follow up with you to make sure we answer any questions or concerns that you might have. So even if someone's not on this live call right now, those who registered will be contacted. So, all right. Any other questions before we close? All right. I just want to say thank you to our panelists, to Dr. Gardner and Dr. Hatch, for being here, Stephanie for her detailed information, Brenda for helping set up all the technology, and for all those from our staff, Lynn, Lauren, and we've got Taylor and Tate and Derek here as well. So let us know if you have questions. Otherwise, you'll be hearing from some of our staff in the next several days. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And before you go, I would like to just quickly offer a fun little challenge. We know that AI is something that's of a lot of interest for people, and so um, we will be, let me go and get the link. We've got a fun AI challenge, which is an AI prompt, and we give you all the instructions on how to do this. But we have an AI prompt that invites you to upload a selfie and then have Google Gemini um, use that to create a picture of you in your dream job. And there's a little bit of editing you'll need to do with the prompt, but um, with that, uh, what we'd like you to do is create an image, post it on your social media, and then send that image to us in email to online@suu.edu. All the instructions are in the document, and we will send you a t-shirt. So in that email, tell us what your t-shirt size is and what address we should mail it to. So I hope you will have a lot of fun with that. Let me try to grab that link.
Brenda, will that
Quick.
just be in the chat?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in there right now.
Well,
Okay. And
everyone,
we can
And I will
also send it
also
in.
email it out so everyone has it.
Yeah. Okay. We'll wait for that to pop up, and then if there's no more questions, have a great evening, and we hope to see you on campus or online in January, potentially. There it is. Yeah, the
There it
AI
is.
prompt
Hey,
challenge.
hey, Tad.
Yeah.
There are questions in the Q&A. Maybe they
Okay.
got answered. Oh,
Yeah.
they actually might have been answered. I apologize.
No, you're fine. So Raquel asked about 2 semesters or 2 years for the scholarship. The scholarship is for 2 semesters. And most of our degrees you can complete in 2 semesters. So if you have a 3.5 or higher, you'd get $1,000 for 2 semesters. If you're under 3.5, it would be 1 semester at $1,000. Is that correct, Stephanie?
Yes.
Okay.
I
All
say
right.
most programs you complete in 1 year, so 3 semesters, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining us. And we hope to see you in a grad program at SUU in the near future. Have a good night. Bye-bye.